How do you find meaning in a world where God is dead? If everything you stood for, everything you fought in the name of, and all the beliefs and preconceived notions you held on to turned out to be nothing but a lie, how could you ground yourself in this brave new world? Nier Automata paints a picture of this conundrum. In the game, you play as 2B, one of the many human-made androids that are fighting a proxy war against alien machine invaders that threaten the human race on Earth. And as you play throughout the game, you're met with multiple other machines and intelligences that are based on real-life philosophers and their studies. The reason this is so significant, though, is because on your first playthrough, you discover that the humans you have been fighting to save have actually been extinct for centuries. It's a massive secret being held only by a select few in the know, and it means that your sole purpose as an android to protect and serve has been lost. And these robots you meet in game with their different philosophies and ideas serve as a way for you to find purpose in a life where you now have none. For example, a robot in game named Pascal sees life as all inherently good, but his beliefs are challenged when his entire tribe turns to rabid cannibalism, at which point he questions his entire worldview and meaning, because how can such horrible things happen to such great people? The real genius of the game, though, comes from the multiple playthroughs you can do, because you realize on your second playthrough that all of those machines you have been killing actually have feelings too. The second playthrough, where you play as 9S, who accompanied 2B in the first playthrough, opens with a cinematic of a robot showing emotions and family, which shows that your first playthrough could be interpreted as a mass killing event. Perspective is everything. But still, the most daring question of all in the game is the one it focuses on: finding meaning in a world with none. Because it's only after learning that humans have been gone for so long that we take into consideration more of everything we find in game. The game itself almost has no clear objectives, no guiding light to the end. It seems like every time you complete one main objective, your entire goal changes for no reason. There is no main narrative the whole way through. And that's on purpose. The game's structure itself has no meaning, because just as 2B and 9S have lost theirs, you two are simply walking through a desolate valley, trying to hop from one objective to another to find significance in a world which has none. The beauty of the game is through its message, because it's only by bravely venturing out into this mysterious world that you can find your meaning. Nier Automata isn't about a war between sentient human and alien machines. It's a story about finding meaning in life when all seems lost. When God is dead, how can you recreate him from the ashes? Each boss in the game focuses on different philosophies, like one who tries to dress up as beautifully as possible, seeing the meaning of life as getting admiration from others. And through each of these bosses in game, you start to form your own opinion of why you as androids should continue to live on, what it is you should fight for. After all, it can no longer be humans, they're gone forever. So through your multiple journeys then, through the same world and story, you start to garner more and more perspective on just what it is that will give these androids meaning. And while there are so many different outcomes and ways to see this story, maybe the most profound ending shows it best. Because during the so-called E ending, one of many, at the final stages of the game you have the choice to delete your save file. Yes, your full game save that you have likely been spending upwards of hundreds of hours on. But why, might you ask? Because in this ending, by deleting your save file, all the multiple runs and perspectives you have seen in game, you can aid other real-life players on their journey, and potentially help in sparking a revolution to rebuild lost friends for the future. It's only by making this grand sacrifice of what we held most close that you realize maybe you just found the meaning in this universe, in helping others, in giving up your greatest achievements in the pursuit of helping the future of your people, and helping those you don't even know on a journey they may never even see the end of. Maybe the meaning of life always came from inside, from ourselves, not from following idealistically some gods or machines, but from helping to cultivate a future worth living in. I think at the core of humanity is a sense of this, that despite all the atrocities and mistakes of history, the human race has fought on. There's a sense within all of us that even if all of our love, our desires, and our meaning was stripped away from us, we would carry on and try in our lives to create a world that would be better for our future selves, one where a new meaning could be created from the ashes of the mistakes of our past. If Nier Automata taught us anything, it's that maybe God can never die, because God was always all of us. As long as in even one of us, in our hearts, we see the passion and good in the world to help others, then God will forever be alive. The tenacity to live on forever.